Hello, welcome to Peace Love Houseplants. My name is Heather. Let's do some plant chores together. Hey, thanks for sticking around. I've been so busy trying to get my new place in order that my plants have definitely been suffering. There were plant chores I needed to do before I moved, and it has been exactly 1 month, and things are still crazy and life feels overwhelming, but it's nice to sit down and thank you, Oliver. It is nice to sit down and just give them a little attention. I had repotted a couple of my anthuriums, and then I thought, why don't I just film this so that we can do some chores together? So that's what we're gonna do. And in the meantime, I'm just going to yap about what's going on in my life, talk to you about these plants, and get some stuff done. All right, let's get started. Don't mind me. Anyway, somebody has been using my desk occasionally, I think, on the weekends, and my little mouse input for the USB was missing, and some other stuff was just out of place. Oh, my laptop wasn't plugged back in, so I put a sign on my desk that says, "Please do not use my desk. I have lice." And so far, there has been no evidence of someone using my desk for the last 2 weeks, but it just reminded me when I scratched my head. Anyway, let's get my coffee out of the way. And first, we're going to repot my little mint Adansonii. This is the plant that was in my living room plant tour video that was living under the peanut butter jar. So now it's been in a prop bin, and I was looking around for what needed to be done today, and I noticed that the I don't know if you can see this with the glare, but it is like just roots all the way around the pot, and I've never repotted this. I think I've had it like a year, and seriously, I've had it like a year or more. We're just doing our best. So I'm just gonna put it in a little bit of a bigger pot, and yeah, it's about time. I'm curious how these roots look. This has never been like the happiest plant in my collection, but doing my best, doing my best. See, this is what happens when you let a plant get root bound. Getting it out of the old pot, I just want to beat it out of there. Getting it out of the old pot is just, it's ridiculous. All right, hold please, I'll be right back. And just like that, I'm back. All right, you were big. Mint Adansonii. So I'm going to, don't do what I do. I'm just gonna help this plant out of this pot with these snips very gently. I'm not talking because I'm performing surgery. Oh my gosh. Here we go, here we go. Okay, and she's out. She's got the saddest roots I've ever seen. Wow. Right? Totally rotten. Totally rotten. Look at that. Okay. Well, I guess we know why she is not thriving. I think I'm going to actually cut. Good thing I brought the little snips. I'm actually going to cut that off. And then it's got all of these, it's actually got all of these nodes in which to grow from. So I'm just gonna put it in one of my bins permanently. Well, not permanently, but until it grows some roots. So I guess we don't need that, but I'll put this over here for now. And then here's the little piece that I cut off, and I'm wondering if it's worth keeping. I really don't know. I don't know if this is worth keeping, but I'll decide later. Okay. Moving on. I want that mint Ansonii to survive. I really do. I love it. Okay. All right. So every two of these clear pots are like stuck together. So you just gotta like break the seal. There we go. Okay, so next we're gonna do the Anthurium luxurians. Oh, this is Eradicans times luxurians. That is the newest leaf. And then let me just show you the back. How it's got that red veining. And if I can not make a mess, look at those roots. This is beyond time to up pot this guy, and he's super dry. So let's start. I'm just doing a substrate of a little soil. I still put a little soil because going like a full chunky soil mix just freaks me out. So I got a little soil, a little perlite, a lot of perlite, and orchid bark, and there's some worm castings in here. And we're gonna get this guy out of this little tiny pot. The anthuriums are actually growing a lot. That is loud. The anthuriums are actually growing a lot faster than I thought they would. And that's really exciting. But I've been so busy with my move that I haven't had time to take good care of them. And that I do not like. But we're going to remedy some of that today. Wow. Oh my gosh, look at that tiny leaf. I mean, it's yellow now, but it's adorable. This is, oh wow, look at that plug. Look at that plug. Crazy. And I'm just going to get some of this old stuff off. Kind of want to get a little bit of this plug off if I can. Just a little bit. damage anything. I don't want to damage anything, but getting a little bit of that plug off. And then you're going to just pop him in here so he can spread his wings. From what I've heard, Anthurium like to have a lot of room for their roots to breathe, so keeping them in a big enough pot is definitely a priority if you want them to get larger, which of course we all do. Okay, I thought I maybe put it up a little too high, but I think it's fine. I've had a crazy month. Like I said, I moved. I'm actually working on a video showing you how I moved with over 200 plants, and it's just taken a while to get all the footage organized. So I'm working on that. I'm excited to share, but it's been crazy lately. I feel like I've been crazy lately, and it's no fun to feel overwhelmed. And that is part of why I'm doing this today, to just give myself a little break from getting the condo like organized and decorated, and getting the lighting situation put together and figured out, trying to keep my sanity. Anyway, how are you guys? And there he is. Eradicants times luxuriance, Anthurium in a bigger pot. Next we'll do the Clarinervium Anthurium, one of my Clarinerviums. I really like the clary. I like how it has this like angular like curve on the leaf. It just sets it apart a little bit from like a regular heart-shaped leaf Anthurium. So it's cute. I can't wait for it to get big. I've got my, let's see. No, that's a crystallinum. Never mind. So Clary is going into this. I'm a little crazy. Oh yeah, she's got a good root system on her too. The soil is actually not that old. Ooh, but check that out. Lots of roots. I'm just gonna put it in here. Put her in here. I love some of that plug. I'm gonna backfill. So the move was hard on some of my plants. Like I said, it's been a month. I think the biggest problem that I had while moving all of my plants was actually the temperature in the condo when I moved in. I guess no one lived here for a while, so it was cold, and it took like 2 days to really heat it up, but in the meantime it was probably like 50 degrees in here, and my plants did not appreciate that at all. I mean, I lost a few leaves from just, you know, I got a little bit damaged. Not really, but mostly it was the cold damage. My poor Dieffenbachia is like Droop City. It's like 50-50 on the leaves. So, but we will talk more about that when I finally get that video out. There's my Anthurium clarinervium, all potted up. Put the tag back in. There she goes. So I'm curious what you guys have going on with your plants. Do you have anything new and exciting happening? I would love to hear about it. One of the reasons that I started this channel was so that I could geek out about my plants with other plant people, and so yeah, I'm waiting for the time to come when I get a bunch of comments and then we can all chat about what we've got going on, and not just me talking about all my plants. And I really like when you guys give me little tips. My alocasia are actually doing better now that I'm letting them dry out a little bit more than I used to. I was always afraid to let them dry out that much, but they're actually doing a lot better. So the kind person in my comments that said I should let them dry out a bit, of course you were right, and thank you so much. All right, so this is a Philodendron White Wizard. I got it, I'm not even lying, I got it 3 years ago when it was like super rare, and now they have them beautiful specimens at Lowe's and Home Depot, or at least Home Depot. And yeah, this is my plant after years. It just was never happy. I got it from a great shop in Sacramento, and I've bought from them before, and they have beautiful plants, but I just, for some reason, he's never been happy. So it's cute and nice that he's starting to grow some leaves, but also I think it's time to pull him out of this giant pot and take a look at the roots, and maybe he needs to go down a size. He's also been in this pot since I got him, so I thought it was time to just, I'm really like sick of looking at it, and I really want to like chop him up, but he's just finally starting to grow, so I think I'm just gonna see what happens. But yeah, years. I've had this plant for years, and it's like grown a little, died, grown a little bit, died. That thing's like rotten. Let's see what is happening in here. I'm very curious. Wow. Okay. Poor thing. The neglect. Somebody needs to call the police. Okay. So I think it would be best to chop off all these dried up aerial roots. Maybe we can just, yeah, we'll cut that off. I don't even want to look at the roots. Oh, what is this? What is that? I think it might be from the stick. Oh. Wonder why it's not doing well. What could it be? It's a travesty. I refuse to go to Home Depot and buy one of these white wizards. I refuse. And they're beautiful. But I bought this one for, no, $50 maybe? Maybe more like 60 all those years ago, and I refuse to give up on it. And we're just going to, these roots are just gross and rotten. You can actually see how they're like, it's like the root just came up and left this little stringy bit. It's just been rotten in this giant pot all this time. So, and now's the time. I'm wondering if I should just, if there's anything left. Oh, this one might be good. This one might be good. These are not. This one's good. It does have one healthy root. Okay. I'm curious what plants you guys have struggled with the most. Maybe like a plant in particular that you really want to grow, but it's just not working out. We're just going to chop this right here. Or a genus of plant that you love and want to grow and it's just not going well. I'm really curious about that because I think I've got a lot of them. I kind of got the gist of most of them down if I actually paid them a little more, gave them a little more attention. But I am curious if you guys struggle with any plants in particular. Now I'm removing a little bit of this like husk because I want to show you this plant has a lot going on. It's got a lot of potential. I watched Pretty Woman the other day, like a week ago, and oh my gosh, we think you got a lot of potential, kid. So let me show you. You can see that brighter little nubby right there. That is a growth point, and it looks like we've got another one right there. Little growth point. So, like so many of the others right now, it's just going to go into my prop bin, which is like my fix-all for my plants, and it kind of does fix it all usually. So another one for the prop bin. This is a necessary thing. I'm so glad I got to all of this now. Beyond time. All right, what do I want to deal with next? Oh, I got this cute mug from my sister. It says, Plant Lady. All right, I am questioning my life choices. I am questioning what size pot to put this Golden Crocodile in. Golden Crocodile Philodendron. Bird's nest philodendron, similar to a Ring of Fire. I'm fine. This is also a plant that I got as a teeny little baby. I got this from Ty's Tropical Treasures on Palm Street. If you haven't checked out Palm Street, you definitely should. So much fun. And I treated myself, even though moving is so expensive, I treated myself to some exciting new plants that I'm going to show you soon. And I went a little crazy, but I haven't bought anything for myself in a while, so I went a little crazy, but I was in my feelings, and I don't buy purses or like any of that. I buy plants. So the struggle is real. I feel like all of my plants need something. And it's funny because I usually get like a lot of peace and joy from caring for my plants and just watching them grow, but seeing them struggle after I moved has really, it hurt my feelings. I felt so bad for them, and also don't do this. Actually got some growing out of the bottom. So to see them struggle, to see all my plants struggling has definitely been a bummer. And then to see not just some that are like struggling, but like, I'll show you guys, but my Marble Queen Pothos lost like 5 or 6 leaves. You're gonna see my Epi Pinnatun Albo definitely has suffered and has lost really its prettiest leaves. But they were old, and there's nothing we can do but move on. So yeah, check this guy out. He's got a bunch. So I was thinking about putting him in here, but I feel like he's gonna outgrow that so fast. So I think we're just gonna go, this might look ridiculous, but I'm just gonna go like 1 pot size up, and I think so. I don't know, is that bonkers? Is that like way too much room? Usually I just want to go like 1 size up, but I feel like I don't have anything in between these 2 sizes. We're gonna do it. He might not get repotted again for a couple years, who knows? Really, everything's been so crazy. I haven't had time to get my hair done. It's fine. Maybe someone can tell me if they think I'm ridiculous for putting this into this, but I think it's gonna be fine. Cute. It's getting cute. Yeah, I think this pot's gonna be fine. Actually, I might even just, I'm gonna backfill it a little bit more, but I don't think I'm gonna go too high. Oh, hello. I'm enjoying myself. It's been a bummer to feel stressed out, and it's really nice to spend some time with my plants and to let them give me the peace that they normally give me, because that is why we love houseplants, right? We love to watch them grow. We love to care for them. I'm just going to peel that off. Nobody saw that. She's fine. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I haven't really been enjoying my plants. They've actually been a huge source of stress for me over the last month, which is such a change because usually they really give me a ton of peace and I enjoy caring for them. And lately it's just been chaotic and I've missed them. Isn't that funny? I know they're all around me, but I've missed them. I just miss connecting with them. This is nice to reconnect. I don't even want to deal with the next plant. For real. I don't. So the next plant is this thing. So I got this plant about 4 years ago. I got it from Costco. It came with 3 plants. There was a Sansevieria that I still have, and it's gotten pretty big, my snake plant. The other one that was in there was the other one. Okay, there was another one, there was a third one, and then there was this one. I actually can't remember what the third one was, but it was like some tropical set. So this plant has been in this pot since then. It's a little elephant. It's actually Dumbo. You can see it has like, maybe not these huge ears, but it's just a little cast iron figurine that's been hanging out in this gross pot for years. So I checked this pot out, I checked this plant out as I was getting ready to move, and this is gonna be ridiculous. You ready? Hello. Hello, roots. This plant does not get the love and attention that it really deserves. It's actually super beautiful. Let me just try to get it in the frame. And it has grown from just a little thing. And I've totally neglected it. Just totally neglected it this whole time. And it kind of, from what I recall, whatever the other 2 plants were, the Sansevieria and whatever the other one were actually the plants that I was more interested of the 3 set. And so, but just recently I noticed how beautiful it really is. So I just want to give it a little attention. And then this is just despicable. And I'm gonna go get some scissors to cut this pot off. All right, I am back. And do you remember when everybody used to use that like 1 hour later? That was me getting these scissors. Seriously. I can't find anything in this house. I mean, it's getting better, but I can't find anything in this place. All right. Seriously, I don't even know how to deal with you. I think I'm just gonna chop the pot up. I don't even know if this can, yeah. I'm just gonna spare you. Do you remember that other meme? It's been 84 years. It's been 84 years. But he's now free. Free from his prison. Wow. And we lost some roots, but minimal root loss. Let's get him potted up. It's been 84 years. All right, that should do it, I hope. In 4 years, I'll do it again. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with my Philodendron domesticum variegated. Somehow this plant thrived during my move and ended up popping out like a couple of leaves just in the last month. So this leaf is brand new and it's still super soft, but the variegation is going strong. Anyway, at one point I had put this onto this sad little moss pole and did not really keep up with the moss pole, and now it's obviously outgrown the moss pole. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna order a couple of moss poles and we're gonna wait to deal with this guy. I'm gonna get him onto a big moss pole, and how many times can I say moss pole? Moss pole. So I'm gonna just wait to deal with this guy. We're gonna wait. I'm not ready. It's time to repot this giant Philodendron Mayoi. I've had this plant for a couple of years. And it is like a crazy fast grower. And I'm concerned about the size that it's going to get, but I'm also like really intrigued. It's not even on a pole, not even a support. So I'm a little afraid to pot it and allow it to grow bigger, but can't help myself. I'll leave that, I guess. Okay. So this is cool. Let me show you this really quick. It looks like it's got a growth point here lower on the stem, and then, oh yeah, it's got a couple. So it's got one here, and then one under here. Oh, and then one down here. So this plant has a ton of potential, and it's already gotten so big, but I just love it. I'm exhausted. I'm just exhausted. I got about 5 hours of sleep last night, and I figured I'll sleep tonight, but I feel like I didn't repot this that long ago. I'm actually gonna leave a lot of this substrate because I'm running out. I'm just gonna break it up a little bit. Messy Marvin, oh my goodness. Now it's like running out of room. Oh. Let's back it on up. Let's back it on up. Let me just break some of this up. Like I said, I'm gonna reuse the soil because I didn't repot it that long ago. I can't remember if I repotted it with you guys or not. Maybe before I started the channel. But I think that'll do it. That should do it. Let me see if I can get her to stand. I'm not quite sure. I think that's fine. But let's put that right back in there. I need more, but I don't know what we're gonna do in the future, but I just refuse to cut this plant. I'm not gonna chop it. I want to, because I would love to share this plant with somebody, but for now, I'm not ready. But I could very easily just give it a chop right here, and then it would grow out of the, you know what? I think I am gonna chop it, because I was just bragging about all of its little growth points down here. There's like 4 of them, and I think it would be cool to give this a chop right here and let those growth points hopefully pop out. So I guess we'll get it potted up the rest of the way, and then we'll chop it. I cannot believe how big this plant has gotten over the last 2 years. Really unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm not even sure how to position her in here. Ooh. Let's just give it a little pat. Okay. Wow. She big. She big. She's a biggie. Get that out of there. Let's go in a little bit more, I guess, and cover up some of those roots that are growing out here. Look at this one. I mean, really, this could become several plants very easily, but this will be her very first chop. She's got all of these roots right here, these little aerial roots coming out. I don't know if you can see those right here. There we go. Maybe. Anyway, she's got a bunch of little nubbers. So actually, we're gonna go here. Got another bunch right here, but I think she'll be prettier if we just do right here. I'm actually going to go down so that she's a little more bushy and take this off right there. My Mayoi's very first haircut. And this is going to be a beautiful plant. I might even chop it again. I'm not sure. In the meantime, we'll let this harden off. I usually let them sit for several hours to let that new cut kind of callus over. It helps keep it from rotting. So we'll just set this guy aside and focus back on, I guess, our mother plant. That's what she is now. And I'm super excited to see all of these new growth points come out. So let me just show you a little bit closer. There's one right there. There's also one down here. Another one down here. And then one more little spin. Oh, hi. Another one that you can't really see. Anyway, I think she'll look cute. Those new ones will probably come in smaller, but yeah, she's been great. We are down to the last plant that we're going to repot today, possibly, maybe. This is crazy. I had no idea that this plant had grown so much. This is my Epi Pinnatun Albo that had a bunch of leaves just like this one, but now that you can actually see that this one's gonna go, I think this one's actually gonna go too. So its prettiest leaves are about to be gone, and then my regrowth leaves, newest leaves, whatever, are coming in all funkified, so we're just gonna deal with it. It kind of breaks my heart. I really love this plant, and I have a couple of smaller ones, but this was really sad to watch it decline after I moved. This one like really hurt. But let's get it off this ridiculous moss pole that I put on here when I was like insane, I guess, a long time ago. And it's like growing all funky, and I don't think it ever grew roots into this moss pole because I just didn't keep up with it. Not like the ones I have now that I keep up with. And then, oh, there's some Tradescantia in there. And, oh, it's got a little stone. It says, I am present. I really hope that she will recover, because it definitely is one of my very favorite plants. And I hate to repot her when she's kind of in crisis, but I think that in the long run it will help. She's also totally crazy rooted into this pot. This thing. She just grew crazy. Look at this. She tried to grow like around the pole. I'm not quite sure. But here we go. What are your guys' favorite plants right now? I am really loving that Mayoi. It's funny how we stop appreciating them and then we come back on our radar. I probably have said that. I know I say it a lot, but it just happens. It happens, and it's kind of like a joy to rediscover a plant. There we go. Let's go ahead and pop this up because my phone says that it is time to stop recording because I am running out of room. So roots are good. I did give it a snip and it smells great. No stinky rotten smell, so that's great. Just scoop up the last of the substrate I made and get her in here. And she is going to need some kind of support, apparently. Just use this bad boy here. I don't know what I'm going to do with you. You're out of control. It's not like I can bend her into place. Wow. Anyway, let's put her on here in the meantime, and I'm just gonna go ahead and end this video now, and then I'll finish this up. But I hope that you guys got some of your plant chores done, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what I'm gonna say. All of the subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and of course, come back next time and let's grow together.